Hello and welcome to Looking Glass Letterbox. I am Erica and this is the Aries August 2019 overview for Aries Sun, Moon, and Rising. It is a general reading, so it may not connect or resonate or apply to all of you out there, but hopefully there's something here that you can take with you throughout August that will be helpful, or hopefully you'll just be entertained by the reading today at the very least. So if you're a new viewer, welcome. If you've been here before, welcome as well. Thank you so much for your time and attention. I do appreciate that it's valuable, and I am so grateful for all of the likes and the shares and the subscriptions and all of the support that you've been giving me over the past couple of months as I've started the channel up. I'm having so much fun. And your participation and attention is much appreciated. So I have a new spread out here on the table this month. A lot of information. I've gotten some new oracle decks to share with you that I'm really excited about. I hope you enjoy them because I've been having a lot of fun with them. So we're going to start here, and this is what's going to be just passing out of influence as we go. Well, actually, we're now into Leo season. Cancer season was a bit heavy on the internal processing and changes on that level for a lot of us. So if you are ready for the dynamic excitement of Leo season, I am right there with you. All right, so moving out of influence from Cancer season, we have the Two of Cups. Okay, lovely. So connection. Some of you may have come into contact or started relationships with other people that resonate, that connect, that are very beneficial. It doesn't have to be romantic relationships. It actually doesn't even have to be a relationship with another person. You may have connected to something within yourself that is going to push you forward into new avenues of experience and involvement. Cups are our emotions and our relationships. The two is related to our intuition and our sort of psychic wisdom level of experience. So it may just be that if through Cancer season some doors have closed or some options that have always been available to you are now unavailable to you, or a lot of things have come to an end. A lot of cycles, a lot of sort of broad spectrum energies have closed off for many of us. So now we're having to come up with new ways of engaging and seeking out new avenues of experience and new avenues of application in moving forward. So you may have made a connection or come into a realization of some sort of union or belonging on an emotional level as Cancer season was moving through. So a new understanding, perhaps, of where to go from here. And I mean, it's happy news because it is the Two of Cups. So it's delightful. You know, it's not a sad sort of energy. This is a very hopeful space to be operating from. So in coming into influence for many of us for many of you guys in Aries in August is Father of Wands, King of Wands. Excellent. King of Wands is very charismatic, very social. He's a master of networking and influence and connecting with individuals and groups and taking that information and those activities into consideration to sort of make something big happen. So if there's some sort of connection that you've made in July, you're ready to go public and you're ready to make it known and tell people about it and get people involved and see how things are forming at this point in time so that you can grow them bigger or engage in them more fully. Father of Wands, it's a visionary spirit. So it's a big scope of interaction and influence and expansion that many of you want to be engaged with or active in participating with throughout August. And then going into Virgo season, at the end of August going into September, we have the Ace of Cups. So a new opportunity, hope, potential, initiation, and this is emotional fulfillment. So this is a cup it's going to be presented for you to fill up, and with all of the sort of charismatic activity that's going to be available for you to participate within. If you engage with that and you follow through with this connection and you sort of just go out there and meet people and talk to people and, seek out the options that are available and, just generating a lot of that excitement and engagement and visionary spirit around you, a prime opportunity for real emotional fulfillment and opportunity. You'll be prepared. You'll be in a state to receive that when it presents itself going into Virgo season. That's very exciting. Very exciting, Aries. All right, so coming into this row here, this is a sort of a situation, a problem that may exist within that situation, or a point of conflict, or a tricky spot within that situation, and then an action to take to help to resolve that. And this may not apply for everyone, but some of you out there may be dealing with this as we roll through August and Leo season. So, situation is Page of Swords, so information. This very much goes well with being active with the King of Wands here. And this may be you, Aries. It is a fire sign, so it could be Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. So it could be a person that you're going to be coming into contact with. It may be a good mentorship sort of opportunity for you, or you may be coming into the position of being a mentor, being that leader yourself. With the Page of Wands, this is the spirit of having information, having a message, or receiving a message, information that's coming to you, but you're holding on to it at this point. So when to apply this information, maybe the what's the word I'm looking for? Maybe rephrasing. The timing of when to apply this information and when to engage that information may be significant throughout September. So a problem or a situation or something that you need to consider while dealing with the information that you're gathering, the message that you have, is the Eight of Pentacles. Okay, so it may be a circumstance in how to make all of this work. If you're, in a visionary spirit here and you're trying to generate some sort of creation, some sort of activity, some sort of involvement, how to go about doing that to be most effective may be what the problem is. You may be focused a little bit too much on the detail and not broad enough in scope in involving other people, because this Eight of Pentacles, he is working on his own, so he's very much engaged within his own vision and own focus. So it may be a little bit tunnel vision, may be the problem. This Father of Wands that's opening up here, maybe that is a suggestion to calling collaborators, expand your vision, ask novices what their ideas are, because they're in the frame of the novice, so they may have ideas or a scope of reference that's outside of the realm of someone who's achieved mastery, because the person who's achieved mastery has a lot of information and experience built up through activity and engaging with it over time, whereas the novice is going to ask questions that anyone who's achieved mastery can actually use as a point of inspiration. Okay, so with that situation and that possible conundrum, an action to take to help to resolve that is the Three of Pentacles. Call in collaborators, teamwork, effort. Call in different sorts of resources. Call in different sources of input. Other people that are very experienced in what it is that you're trying to accomplish. People that are interested in just setting out, and the novice, somebody new that's just beginning to be engaged with it and participate in a similar sort of endeavor. So it looks like you're going to be sort of the visionary lead, visionary center for a remarkable sort of endeavor, because Pentacles is real time, real space, real life, homework, money, family, health. So it can be in any of those realms, but it applies to your real life. The wands are about taking action within that within your real life, the things that you're passionate about and the actions that you take in order to achieve those real-time goals. And the swords are about sort of the intellectual and mental space and planning and the inception of how to go about doing those things. So you have a vision, you have connection, you have opportunity, and you have other people that are going to be interested in collaborating with you on this. So I think when you have those moments of you're not quite sure how to go about achieving the next step or getting to the next level of development, it may be because you're focused a little bit in too closely on the tunnel vision, too closely with the detail, that it's going to help to expand your scope and expand the opportunity of engagement and progression to involve collaborators and partners and supporters and some other eyes, some other minds, some other hearts to apply themselves to that vision as well. Okay? Lovely. Beautiful. So this is going to be an option B, an option B, and a how to decide sort of scenario. So some of you out there, if you're faced with a choice or a decision or options to choose between, this may help you with that. So option A is Queen of Hearts. So emotional understanding, emotional influence, nurturing, kindness, being supportive and understanding the emotions and the relationships of everyone around you. So that's the Queen of Hearts, that's Queen of Cups. And King of Spades, which is the King of Swords. Okay, so you have King of Swords, who is intellectually adept and masterful and decisive, and he's a leader and very strategic, and very clear on how to go about the stages of development and influencing the world outside of himself. Being an authority figure in commanding and instructing and informing people outside of himself how to move forward. So sort of like a business leader, And the Queen of Hearts is the understanding of the relationships and the connections and the flow of an endeavor, the flow of the people around, how people interact with each other, how to nurture and how to grow and how to support that growth with understanding and emotional influence. So the option A, option B situation, it may be, okay, when to just let things flow, when to support the collaborators and sort of let that all blend and mix and fold together to help this idea to flourish, or to help whatever it is that you're engaged in to become more abundant and grow and be nurtured in that way. And then when to take command and when to set out instruction and when to sort of move that flow and the generation of that development, how to direct that into an efficient course of action that is going to help it to be beneficial for yourself and everyone around you. Lovely. Okay, so when to decide, or what will help you to decide when to apply the understanding of flow and the command of action, when to move between the two, how to help you decide, is Jack of Spades, which is the Page of Swords and also the Knight of Swords. Okay, so how to decide is when is the action necessary. The Page of Swords has the information. The information is new, or the message is new, or the intention to carry forward it's new and fresh, and you have it available to you. So you've collected the information, or you've received information. And then the other part of the Jack of Spades is, okay, when do you swoop in and take that action? Okay, and that is you're going to know by paying attention to everything around you, remaining passionate, staying in touch, not getting so drawn into the detail that your vision is tunnel vision. The intellectual impulse to switch between the two is going to inform you. So the information that you receive at the time is going to inform you of when to apply the understanding and when to apply the command. Okay, so when to nurture and when to direct. And then at the bottom of the deck, you also have the King of Clubs, which is the King of Wands. Okay, so this is very much a visionary energy that is operating with emotional understanding and intellectual capability. So that is beautiful. Beautiful. You're a mover and a shaker this August. That's fantastic. All right, so this is your good luck charm, your animal spirit card from the Wild Unknown Animal Spirit deck. Also, if you want to know about any of the decks that I've used, I've listed them in the description if you'd like to check them out. They're all listed down there. And you have gotten the Camel. Beautiful. Fire energy, also your wheelhouse. Aries is fire, Camel is fire. And the Camel is resourceful, independent, and self-aware. So when this energy is in balance, calm, content, a little sparkle in the eye. When it's out of balance, it lacks vitality. Okay, so the Camel is very adept at handling anything. It's self-reliant, handles challenges with ease. Even in the face of judgment or anger or calamity, the Camel sort of remains cool and can tap into those resources to stay calm within those situations in order to navigate them more effectively. So it brings opposites into balance. It levels the playing field. It knows when to take actions to bring everything into a point of harmony as it develops. And it takes the time to do that. It's not in a hurry. It's not in a rush. So the Camel is very much in line with that sort of represents the visionary operating with the ability of intellectual mastery and emotional understanding and maturity. So the Camel sort of is these cards all combined into one card. So as you're navigating this process of what it is that you're trying to bring to fruition or just to experience, it doesn't have to be a particular project that you're trying to build outside of yourself. It could just be experience that you would like to have in the world, in your relationships, in your work, in your travels. What you may be collecting memories. You may be engaged in trying to, especially with the Two of Cups here, it may be connection and engagement and a visionary spirit within your relationships and within your social networks that you're attempting to develop as well. So, and the Camel energy really holds you in good stead because it is self-reliant, it is balanced, it is very capable at balancing out potentially tumultuous situations within such an active endeavor. All right, this is your Enchanted Map Oracle, and that is Rock Bottom. Okay, so this may be applying to coming out of Cancer season and going into Leo season with this visionary spirit. I said before that moving out of Cancer season, a lot of options and activities and situations and relationships that had been available to us and that we had been engaged with over the past potentially several years, or at least some going back like a decade or 15 years, some a couple of months, but they were sort of cycles that we were adept and used to at engaging with, whether we enjoyed being part of those cycles or not. So whether they were problematic or tumultuous or prohibitive or inhibitive, whatever it was that we had been continuously been engaged with. Oh my goodness, I keep stumbling on my words. I'm so sorry. Over the past while, a lot of those roads have closed for some of us. A lot of those options, they're just not available anymore. So rock bottom is it's about surrender and acceptance, and using those things as a key to freedom and to new activity. Accepting the fact that some of those old roads, those old avenues of interaction and engagement, they're just not available anymore. We're not in control of whether or not to perpetuate those cycles or those relationships or those activities. It's out of our hands. They are just not available. And getting to a place where you can accept that those doors are closed, that's finished. It's just not available anymore. There can be a little bit of loss, feeling of sort of, well, what do I do? I wasn't planning on not having that be available to me. I wasn't anticipating that I could no longer, access those resources or participate within those groups, or, whatever it is. It's a point to where you're sort of hit a brick wall and you can't go any further forward in that respect. This card is asking you to just, accept that door is closed. That is not available to you anymore, and that's not within your control. It's not because you didn't want it. It's not because of something that you necessarily did in order to break that connection. It's sort of the universe being like, okay, well, this is no longer available to you for whatever reason, in whatever respect that may apply for you. It's not because you did anything wrong or that you don't deserve something that you wanted. It's just that time and space, time and circumstance have sort of closed that door for you at the time being. So you can't, or you may be unable to, engage with those systems or those options. And this card is asking you to sort of look around and see what you can engage with. That's very much in connecting in with this King of Wands and connecting into that visionary spirit. And looking out and broadening your horizons and broadening your scope of attention. Because again, with this tunnel vision being so focused on detail that you stop, is like the world turning into wallpaper. It's asking you to look up and look around and see what avenues are available for you to connect with, what collaborators and what influences for you to engage with, what new opportunity is going to be available for you to nurture and to flourish within, and to initiate new potential and new vitality. All right, this is the universe has your back. And this is, there's a stream of love supporting my dreams. Okay, so there's a stream of love supporting your dreams. That's pretty self-explanatory for you. It doesn't have to come from a specific person. It doesn't have to come from a person at all. Love is just that energy that is out there to help to incite and to invigorate and to revitalize and to engage you in something that you have emotional connection, union, and resonance within. All right, so it looks like some of you have come into contact with that. If this Two of Cups is applying to you, some of you have come into contact with that and you've recognized it, because again, remember, 2 is related to the High Priestess and connecting and resonating with your intuition. So for any of those of you out there who have connected with that, you are supported in time and space, as long as you remember as long as you remember that when those sticking points come up and when trials and tribulations arise, or little trips or hitches in the giddy up, whenever that happens, to sort of try to derail you or to confuse you or to redirect you in a path that is not as nurturing or supportive of the way that you're trying to go. Remember that you are supported. There is the possibility of that achievement is always the sort of running through the actions that you're taking. Okay? And this is the notes from the universe on love and connection. Time for a love fest. All right, so that's also what the King of Father of Wands is there for. It's about that being that charismatic, visionary, connected, very public spirited sort of individual to raise up those that loveness and all that wonderful, exuberant energy to generate around your ambition here. And actually, everyone is reasonable. They just have their own reasons, and usually it's worth trying to learn what they are to maximize chances of a full-blown 60s style psychedelic love fest, which is always a good thing. Groovy you, the universe. All right, that's lovely. So that also ties in with the King of Wands and the Three of Pentacles. It's about letting people know this is what I want to do. This is what I'm excited about. Letting people know, and then letting them run with it as well, and staying in connection with them. Letting them run with it with the Queen of Hearts here. That's the nurturing and understanding and the flow of the relationships. Letting all that loveliness sparkle and germinate and develop and rise to the top, and then deciding how to move forward from what has been generated outside of yourself, and connecting with what it is that you hope to fulfill within yourself and within your community as well. Okay, beautiful, excellent, Aries. I have one more card for you. Oh, also, I wanted to let you know, if you are interested in getting your own personal video reading from me, booking is still currently closed. I have my shop is under construction, so as soon as booking opens up again, for those of you who are interested, I will let you guys know. There is still a little bit more construction and background to fill in before the site goes live again, so I will let you know when that's available. And your final card is, this is Beautiful Thoughts. It's just a thought to take with you to keep in mind as you're moving throughout the month. Let's see. Pop the cork and tip the glass and drink the moment. Let's see, and that is from Marie von Ebner Eisenbach. Lovely. All right, so enjoy yourself. Have a good time. Have fun while you're engaging in all this lovely delightfulness going into Leo season. I am so excited for you guys. I hope you guys leave some comments or let me know what it is that you're developing and what it is you're engaged in, how it is that you're doing, because it looks like you guys are going to have a lot of fun in Leo season. Excellent, beautiful, and wonderful. Thank you again, Aries. Again, if you liked this, click the like button. If you'd like to see when I have new videos available, click the subscribe button. If you'd like to let me know what it is that you're trying to develop in this Leo season, please leave a comment. I appreciate you all. Thank you so much for your time and attention, and have a good August. Bye.